linked a Ben Amache to Anne Hazel Njoki, who's the founder of Tax Farm Butchery located at Greenhouse Mall along Ngong Road. Tax Farm deals in the supply and distribution of raw meat, packaging, labeling, and have been in business for close to a decade. Anne Hazel is a graduate of Strathmore University, where she did a Bachelor's of Science in Leadership and Management with a double major in Public Administration and Management of Non-Profit Organizations.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm Ben. I run a pork restaurant located in Langata. We do both ready meat and raw meat. We're here to learn more from a business because I understand it's been running for quite a while. If you mind telling us how long it's been in operation and what have been the challenges, and yeah, that's how you run it on a day-to-day basis.
Welcome to Tax Farm Butchery. We've been in operation for the last 6 years as a limited company, but in business we have been like 9 years because the 3 years was like a hobby, but as a limited company, 6 years.
You deal in what type of meat, all kinds?
Yeah, we deal with beef products, chicken products, fish products, goat and lamb.
And I've noticed you haven't mentioned pork, so do you mind telling me why you don't do pork?
Yes, we don't deal with pork because our shop is halal, and also we have 30% of our clientele are Muslim, so we wanted to cover a wide market area, so we stuck to halal.
So you mentioned halal. Do you mind explaining what exactly that is?
Halal is a certification. You apply, there's a halal body in Kenya, you apply, and there are those conditions that they come and check for you to get a halal certification. That mostly the handling of the meat, how you slaughter, etc.
So the meat you have, you slaughter by yourselves, and you get from slaughterhouses?
When we have a big contract, we slaughter our own animals. We have a ranch in Voi, so we slaughter our own cattle. But when you're not doing huge orders, we have people we have outsourced, we have partnered with for them to supply us. What I always say about Tax Farm is we have 100% traceability, meaning we can be able to trace from where the meat came from to the shop to the client.
So what business model do you use? Is it a walk-in type of business, deliveries?
We have three models. We have online, we have walk-in, and supply and distribution. So for online, we do a lot of social media marketing on our social media pages, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So online is where people order, we deliver to their homes. Walk-in is where people come into the shop, they buy and go and cook in their houses. And also we do distribution to corporates, hotels, schools, hospitals, yes.
And you just do raw meat, no ready meat?
Yes, we don't cook, just raw meat.
Okay. So I had an experience with one of my butchermen. Since you've mentioned I just deal with raw meat, he was stealing some of the meat and reselling to some other people, but I was still employed by me, so I was paying him a salary, but then again, he's stealing the meat, selling for his profit. So I wanted to find out what measures you've put in place to curb such.
That's very unfortunate, sorry about that. So what we have done here, I have a very good team. We do a lot of training, and we always make sure that they feel like part of the ownership. So and then we have put system, everything here is system. And also the partners I work with, they cannot engage in such malice that will going to affect the business. So I think you need to empower or train your staff to feel part of the ownership, because they know if anything happens to the business, they'll also be affected. So make them feel part of the ownership, and they'll be loyal to you. Yeah.
Great. And you mentioned deliveries. So do you run the deliveries yourself, or you outsource from another company?
Meat is very sensitive. When I give riders, I don't know where they're gonna pass before the meat gets to the client. So we like control. So we have our own bikes. When people order, we use our own bikes. And for the huge orders, we have refrigerated trucks that does the deliveries.
Oh, okay. So from the many cuts of meat that you do, which ones do well and which ones sell the most? Sort of, yeah.
Beef or chicken?
Or beef or chicken?
Both sell in equal measure. Kenya, Kenya is a nyama choma country, so people eat a lot of beef. Unfortunately, we are not yet to the level where people know the different types, but people slowly are learning the different types of meat. So beef and chicken, also people with families prefer white meat, so people also eat a lot of white meat, chicken, fish in equal measure.
Why don't you want to venture into ready-made meat?
Cooking is not our specialty. People know us for supply and distribution, so we want to stick to that.
You supply to restaurants as well?
Yes.
You said you've been in operation for 6 years.
Yes.
Yes, so what's the secret for being relevant for such a long time?
Consistency, also innovation and creativity. You have to keep on standing what the market wants. So that we also do a lot of data collection. We ask people what can we bring on the table, to satisfy their needs. So we collect a lot of data, and we're always innovating, coming up with new strategies, because you cannot keep on doing the same thing over and over again and you expect different results. So you have to keep on innovating. Yeah.
And do you have low and high seasons? It's just constant?
Yes.
So what are the high seasons and the low seasons?
Low season, January to February is a bit low, and then March, April, and now from August to December is high season for us.
So for me, when I was starting the business, I was doing friend referrals, family to come support initially. So when you're starting, how did you raise your capital and how did you market the business?
I started very young. I still at the university, so I just had the idea. So my mom is the one who supported me. So the first capital I got from my mom, but now for growth, we do a lot of reinvesting into the business. The profits that we make, we reinvest back to the business. And also, we believe we have a very good relationship with the bank. So in need be, the bank come in handy.
And how did you go about the pricing of your products?
The pricing, we do a lot of market survey based on how other people are selling their products. So we can't go so high and we can't go very low. We have to be at least match with what the market is selling, but we have a certain percentage that we put.
For the profit margin?
Yes, for the profit margin. From the cost price, we put a certain percentage. Yes.
And out of the marketing strategies you mentioned, which ones have worked best for your business?
We do a lot of marketing. We have sales girls going to the field. We also do a lot of online marketing. We have a digital marketing company that does marketing for us. And then we have also engaged ourselves in various business groups. Key of them being BNI. BNI is Business Networking International, where a group of business owners meet to give each other business referrals. It's easy to get a business deal when somebody has referred you to one of their networks. So our business has grown through referrals a lot.
Finally, what advice would you give to small businesses like mine in order to become relevant for such a long time?
Take risks, be consistent, also listen to your customers.
Okay, thanks Njoki. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure too.
So after meeting up with Njoki, I've learned that consistency and quality is key for a business to grow. You need to meet the needs of your customers and always be consistent and produce quality products.
Thank you so much for having watched the show. Hope you've learned a thing or two from the conversation between Joki and Ben about the butchery business. If you're an entrepreneur out there and you'd like to be a part of the show, feel free to reach us on our social media handles which are running below the screen. And also remember each and every Wednesday to grab a copy of The Standard to read the Hustle magazine where I usually write about the business coach column. And also check out the Business Coach website, that's businesscoach.co.ke, to learn more about entrepreneurship and business. My name is Ian Dennis and this has been the Business Coach, where we help entrepreneurs better their business. See you same time next week right here on KTN Home. Here are events to look out for. On November 30th, there's a Tricia's Natural Hair, Health and Beauty event happening at Kilimani Primary from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. On November 16th, there's a Founder of the Year Forum happening at Nairobi Cinema from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. On November 27th to 30th, there's a Kenya Media Week happening at Park in Radisson, hosted by Media Focus Africa. If you like your event mentioned or the Business Coach to be a part of your event, feel free to reach us on our social media handles.